Alright, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our smart contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. Yesterday, if you recall, we went over some information inside of our module, letting us know why we were getting an error when we tried to call our transaction from outside of the fallback function. No, not the fallback function, but the fund function. Let's have a look at the fund function really quickly. So we were getting the error every time we tried to call our transaction without using this fund function here. When we tried to hit the transact button directly from the Remix IDE, we were getting an error. So today we're going to go back into our Remix and see how we actually fixed that up. And we actually fixed it up by using this little piece of code here. So let's go over to our Remix IDE and see exactly what's going on so I can show you a little bit more in depth of what's going on. So this is the same contract from when we ran it last time. Let's get it compiled. We're going to get it compiled and we're going to see that it's still running an error because we haven't added the code that we need to it yet. So let's just get it compiled really quickly so I can show you that. Make sure everything compiles, goes all the way through. Good, that's done. Let's go over here so we can start to deploy it. We're going to get this address here, copy. We're going to paste. Then we're going to deploy, and it should open up for us. Let's get and go down. And we're going to open this up. Now, again, we're going to bypass the fund function. Let me show you the fund function inside the actual contract. So we're going to bypass this and try to call the function directly from this transact button here, and we should get an error. As you can see, both receive and fallback functions are not defined the same way it was last time. So to fix that, let's go back over here really quickly and get this piece of code. I already have it copied. Let's make sure I do have it copied so I can bring it over. So we're going to copy this. Make sure that's copied. And we're actually going to put that inside our code here. We're actually going to put it right underneath the fund function just to have a place to put it. So let's put it right there. That should be good. Now we're going to erase the old deploy that we just had. We're going to erase that one. Then we're going to recompile. Let's recompile it to make sure it gets the new piece of code. It should go through good. And then we're going to go back and deploy it again. We're going to keep the same address here for the price feed. The price feed doesn't change. We're still getting the same price feed. So that's just a formality that we have to do. And we're going to put that in here. Copy it, paste it, deploy it. Now let's open our contract back up. Now notice we're still not going to call the fund function. This time we're going to transact again directly from here. And this time it works. So you can see just by having that little piece of code, that fallback function or default function, our contract is able to get a call our fund function without actually calling the fund function without an error. Even though we didn't give any specifications or any direction on where to send the funds, everything still works smoothly. So yeah, that's the power of having this default function or the fallback function inside of our contract. Now, as we move forward, we're going to show you how we actually use this to our advantage, and we're going to define our default function so we can send the funds where we want them, and we're going to make sure our contract handles the fallback function exactly how we want it to, and we're not going to leave it as pass, obviously. It's just to show you how the power of the fallback function and how it can help us in our contract move forward. But of course, we will move forward with that, and I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.